Why did you change your name to WomanKind,
So,
which I really like?
thank you, thank you. It's been a conversation that's been bounced around for many, many years, and recently we just decided it was time. Um, the New York Asian Women's Center was founded 35 years ago by some incredibly inspiring women. Back in 1982, there were not. People weren't really talking about domestic violence at all. And these women, graduate students, came and they decided that they were going to create a hotline. They decided they were going to house people in their small graduate school rooms in New York City. So we wanted to honor womankind. We wanted to honor those women and their courage and their strength and their foresight to see that this was important. But also New York Asian Women's Center, we serve more than just New York. We serve more than just Asian. We serve more than just women, and we're no longer one single residence. And so in a way, we, I don't like to say outgrew, but we sort of did outgrow the name. And so we thought we wanted something that would reflect, again, respect the past, and then give us a platform to go forward, so that everyone who walks through our doors feels comfortable. Everyone who, and there was this component of kindness. We want people to be kind to themselves and kind to one another and create community. So that was, that's kind of in a nutshell the reason for the change.
Are your objectives similar to, for example, Safe Horizon, or are you more or less the same kind of?
Well, our mission is really to focus on the Asian communities.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I would say we're a subset of Safe Horizons because we have this cultural capability. As you know, we speak 18 plus different languages, and it's currently 18 plus. It can go up based on our staff, and it's sort of I've heard at points during my years with the organization, anywhere between 18 and 23. So it just depends who's on staff.
And these are not just Asian languages.
Not just Asian languages, but mostly Asian languages. But for example, we have Spanish speakers. And we have this great cultural capability, which is really important, especially in the Asian communities, because there's this issue of shame, and how do you overcome that shame to be able to talk about this? And it can be really tricky. And so the fact that our staff has this cultural capability and the deep understanding of shame and what role it plays in the Asian communities, that's really important for our clients.
Is that issue of shame, is that common only among Asians, or many people who are trafficked, who fall victim to trafficking?
Well, I have to imagine that it sort of goes across the board, but shame is it's part of the Asian culture in particular, and so it's something that we definitely focus on and pay attention to, because it takes a little bit more to get the information that our counselors need in order to be able to service our clients.
Your website says that you have 3 centers: Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens. Mm-hmm. Which is the busiest?
I think it's our Queens location, especially for the Filipino community, right? Because I think the biggest Filipino community in New York City is in Queens, and so it makes sense that our community center there serves a lot of Filipinos.
Do you have centers outside of New York?
We do not.
Not yet.
No.
Are you looking to open?
Not really. When we think about serving clients in other areas, first of all, we have done it in other states, provided telephone help and help to guide where that survivor will go in their city to get help. But our idea in terms of spreading our wings is not actually creating a separate physical plant in another city, but it's to help other agencies to serve the Asian communities with the programs that we've developed, that our staff has developed.
Have you had, essentially, how many people have you helped over the years?
Oh
Is
my
it something that
gosh.
you can quantify?
I don't even know
Thousands?
what that thousands
Thousands.
thousands, because even in one year it's we field 8,000 I think in 2016 we fielded 8,000 calls. And we served about 1,000 families. So over 35 years, it's thousands.
1,000 families?
Yeah, and and we're not in those numbers. I'm not necessarily counting the people who walk in to our community centers.
Have you had referrals from the Philippine consulate?
We have
Yeah.
historically, and we have worked with the Philippine consulate, I think, historically, but we're not currently working with
Working
them.
with them,
Yeah.
okay. So theoretically, somebody who is a victim of domestic violence goes to you, walk in.
Yes.
What does she expect?
So first
For
of
example,
all,
a Filipino.
yeah. So first of all, they can expect to find someone who speaks their language. I know most Filipinos speak English anyway, but to have someone who is who seems very familiar, who sounds very familiar, that's comforting. So that's number one. Number two, a very heightened sense of confidentiality, an intake to figure out what the survivor needs, what the client needs, counseling, if you need emergency residential services, that's available as well.
It will be provided on the spot. If the person's life is, for example, in danger,
Yes,
will that be provided on the spot?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, all right.
So in addition to all of sort of the fundamental things, we have food, and we have babysitting services, ESL classes, non-Western services like acupuncture and community-based classes at our community centers. And so people can avail themselves of a lot of different services to help them. Not, the organization is not just about getting people out of danger, which I think is a traditional model of domestic violence help, but also to help them heal from the trauma, and also to get back up and to be able to go back into life to survive and thrive.
So again, theoretically, if that woman is undocumented, what additional services would you?
So we do
require?
also do some immigration. So we have legal services and specifically around immigration, because especially in the trafficking world, there is obviously immigration issues that a person might be very nervous about trying to seek help for, or you don't even know what your resources are. So we definitely provide guidance there.
And how long can that person stay in your facilities?
6 months.
6. Oh,
Yeah.
really? And if that person doesn't want to go,
Doesn't want to go. So that's
how is your?
Yeah, so we have our counselors are really good at that, because I think a lot of, especially again in the Asian community, there's this desire to keep the family together, right? Family's really important. You have the shame layer, and so our counselors will help people who don't want to do this on a residential basis